Welcome to the Burrow. It's your host, Lala Bunny, head trader at Bimbo Trading Academy. And the topic of today's video is something very serious, how to escape a bad situation. So I've been through a very dangerous situation that I got out of. And even now, my situation is not ideal and I'm trying to level up. So, this advice could save a life. Um, so please do share it. And I'm speaking from my personal experience. I hope it helps someone out there. This does not have to do with stock market and trading. Um, so I'm also going to be very careful about my language in this video because I just don't want it to get not banned, but like you have to be really careful about certain terms that you use on here. So I'm not going to speak about it directly, but I believe just based on my tone, you're probably going to pick up on some things that I'm talking about. So these are tips for others who are, if you're stuck in a situation that you need to get out of. Okay, the first tip is control your finances. So a lot of us stay stuck because we don't have a lot of options. So the very first step is try to get your finances and that will get them in order, and that will make it easier for you to leave a situation that you don't want to be a part of anymore. Number two, focus on transportation. So if you don't own a vehicle, you may want to own a vehicle. Like there's a few reasons for that. They're pretty safe in terms of like you can it's hard for people to like break into. If you're in a vehicle, it's kind of safe. So like for people who are homeless, I would recommend them at least having a vehicle. It provides you with a little bit more safety than, say, like a tent that's easy to get into. Um, and then once you have a vehicle, it should be registered in your name, because if you are in a situation and you take a car and it's registered in someone else's name, they can actually call the police and report it as stolen. So just try, if that's like, if you're in that position yet where you don't have a vehicle, I mean, even just a used vehicle, the cheapest one you can find, it will give you like an advantage in the situation, because then you can leave whenever you need to. Even if you have nowhere to go, at least you can drive away from the bad situation, get somewhere safer. So the goal for this is always to get somewhere a little bit safer. Like if you don't have a permanent place, if you don't have friends and family, if you don't have a safe place to go, at least you can get somewhere like a little bit safer at a time. Um, Number three, separate accounts and passwords. So if you do not have your own bank account in your own name, that is an essential. This should be possibly a secretive bank account that no one else can check, that no one else knows about. Which means if it is secret, then don't put the app on your phone. You really need to keep that to yourself. Maybe when you're out running errands, you can stop by the ATM. That means you have to hide the debit card if you don't want anyone to know about it. But yeah, just having separate accounts and passwords, like digital passwords. Sometimes people will threaten you to share your passwords with them. So again, just you have to be almost like a spy. You gotta be very covert with this. Maybe even having a separate phone. Just think about all the ways you can keep yourself safe and separate from the person who is wants to cause you harm. Okay. Number four, make accommodations for pets and children. So that's another reason why people don't leave situations, because they have other people who depend on them. But I will tell you this, there's more resources out there for pets and children than there actually are for adult human beings. So the pets and children will be taken care of. You can always drop them somewhere safe, like a firehouse, a police station, a hospital, there's like DV shelters. There are places that, temporarily, then you can get them back once you're in a safer place. But don't let that be the reason why you don't leave a scenario. You may have to temporarily separate from, like, I'll just talk about pets because I actually have a pet and I know it would be unimaginable to separate from him, but there are resources out there that help people in your very situation. So please look them up. Okay. Number five, have a bug out bag. This is another like spy thing. It's a bag that would have like cash, maybe a burner phone, maybe a weapon, a firearm. But keeping it hidden is the tricky part. So it should be kind of like a duffel bag, but maybe you hide it in something else. Maybe you keep it in like the trunk of your car, like way back. Whatever you need to do. That bag should have like your birth certificate, your social security card, your passport, anything that you would need to start a life over. And even if you don't have those things, you can still start over without them. But if you do have the option to, um, if you have the option to set yourself up with a little bug out bag, that means when it's time to go, you already know, you have that peace of mind. You're like, oh, the bag is in the back of the car, so I'm good no matter what. Even if I can't bring my other stuff, maybe I have to come back for the other stuff, or maybe I'll never get the other stuff. That's okay. Your life is more important than things. Okay, number 6, build up your independence slowly. Start breaking away mentally, but don't let them know. So this is an example. Let's say you're in an abusive workplace, like your boss is abusive, and you don't want to leave because you're like, then I have to get a recommendation from this person. How am I gonna do that if I like it's not working? So basically, you decide to leave before you tell them you're going to leave. You decide that you're going to leave and you take the necessary steps, which means like applying for other jobs. Again, you're keeping this hidden. You have to. It's not that you're a liar or a deceitful person. It's like you have to protect yourself. Um so the key is to not let them know. The minute they know, their behavior is going to change. So for as long as you can. And then that's number 7. Do not let them know your plans. You will be punished. So yeah, please keep this to yourself, whatever you've decided to do. Um, I mean, yeah, if you have friends or family, you can let them know if they're part of your escape plan. Um, but please just try to keep as much to yourself, so that the place that you go, that the other person doesn't know about. Um, okay, number 8, reach out for help. I'm thinking churches. I'm thinking domestic violence shelters. There are places that will help you. A lot of people don't have friends and family who can help, and it's hard to get social services. It takes time, so you need to go somewhere. Yeah, you need to reach out for help, whether that's just driving somewhere, showing up, and knocking on the door. Okay, number 9, learn how to use a firearm. I believe that everyone, I don't. I've been to a shooting range once, but it's definitely on my, it's not really a bucket list. It's like a necessity to-do list. I'm just waiting till I move to a certain state. But basically, for me, the safest thing would be to be very, I guess, well versed at very comfortable with a firearm. It'll build your confidence and it'll make sure that you won't be in a situation like this ever again. Number 10, leave the country or state. I mean, if you have to, if a person is going to track you down, you might be safer if you can cross state lines and even possibly leave the country and start over fresh. That's up to you. Um, but the more distance you could put between you and this person, would be the better. Number 11, break off all contact once you decide to leave. Set boundaries. Do not allow them to weasel their way in. That means, um, new phone number, new email address, block them on your old phone number, block them on your email address, block them on social media. And that's number 12. Be cautious when posting on social media because remember, now you're in your new life and you might give away your location on social media. And um, that might be okay if you feel comfortable and secure where you're at. But if you're not at that stage yet, I would recommend for a period of time not sharing your location until you feel more secure and better about your situation. So, um, the aftermath, I just want to speak to anyone who's been in a bad situation. And I want to say, don't be ashamed that you made yourself small to survive. You were smart. You had to tiptoe. You knew not to poke the hornet's nest. When you're living in the same space as someone who's like tormenting you, it's very difficult to think straight. And if you ever return and found yourself back in that situation, then you need to start planning your escape again. You can do this. There are new chapters of your life that have yet to be written. This is not it. People can change their financial situations. People can change. You can start working out. You can start doing self defense. You can build up your confidence. There's so much you can do. I know it probably is difficult right now if you are stuck in a situation. So please, again, reach out to resources, and I hope that any one of these tips helps. And I am speaking from experience. I'm on the other side of a bad situation. So these were some things that helped me, and I, I just, I just really, my mission in life is to help provide affordable housing for people who are homeless, for veterans, for survivors of domestic violence, for foster youth, and for rescue dogs. I want to build homes from shipping containers, and I believe that the shipping container model is very efficient. Can house the most amount of people for like the least amount of money. And in our society, I just want us to protect and provide for each other. There's not a lot of people don't feel safe. And I believe safety starts with housing and owning land. So if there's any way, if you're in a financial situation where you can buy land, not only can you provide a safe place for yourself, but you can provide a refuge for others. People can stay with you while they're trying to transition in their own lives. So it's something that I wish I had my own space, and I would love to be able to provide that for others in the future. So again, when you're supporting me in this channel, you are also supporting like all the future people that I can help. So, um, I know there's good people out there, but then you have to be wary of like who you trust to help you, because I've heard of some situations where the very person trying to help you tries to control you. There's some signs you need to look out for with that. So if you truly want to be safe and independent, um, I know I want to be in a cabin in the woods with a security system, with a fence, with firearms, with protection. I don't really feel safe anywhere else. Um, So yeah, again, this did not have to do with the stock market. However, as soon as I thought of the idea for this video, because it's about improving your life, improving your situation, and the stocks is a way that you can do that. It's a way that you can grow your money. Having a high yield savings account, having an emergency fund, these are really important for people who need to develop financial independence from a bad situation. And again, it could be a workplace you're trying to get out of. It could be anything. You're just trying to leave a certain neighborhood, certain city. You don't like your apartment building. You don't like your landlord. You don't like your neighbors, or whatever it is. It's not always like life threatening, but if you want to change your situation, you have to be very proactive and take steps to do so. And hopefully, you have enough time to do it safely. Um, so yeah, as soon as I thought about an idea for a video, I was like, I have to put this out there because I have a feeling there'll be a response from this, because there are a lot more people out there who've been through situations like these and no one wants to talk about it. But for example, people living out of their cars, even being able to park in a safer place than they were currently parking in, or being able to like cover their windows, or being able to have a personal protection device, or there's just like incrementally, like if you're living in your car, you probably don't have a lot of money, but there's small little things you can do to build up your safety. And another one is community. So the more people that you have, like neighbors, friends, people who know you, that way if you were to go missing, people are like checking for you. So don't isolate yourself completely. It is important to have a community of people, and it's something that we all need to work on and help each other out, because with this does tie into the economy, the recession, more people being homeless, people having to live with people who they don't want to live with. um, so right now is a critical time where I wish the minimum wage would go up, because people, it's hard for a person on their own to have a one bedroom apartment. And it's just something that society is going to have to face, because a lot of our problems stem from economic causes. And the more people can be financially self-sufficient, the less likely they are to be victims of violent crime and things like that. So, um, again, I wish you best of luck. Reach out to me if you need to. My email is listed here. And happy trading. Bye.